A daughter caught with drugs.
My mom offered me a place to stay to get cleaned up. Her and Shelthead over here.
But does mom have the bigger problem?
She's nothing but a pillhead. I did everything for the woman. I cleaned. I mean, how was her mate? That is a lie. I don't lie like dogs.
Listen to me. I'm speaking.
No, listen.
Shh, listen to me.
You've never seen Judge Judy like this.
Wait, Judge.
That's all.
I'm telling you. Listen to this tape right
But he nicks me, and I go flying off my bike 6 feet, so I hit the edge of his car.
Can I see a police report? Somebody has a police report.
I've got the police report.
I'd like to see it, please. Where had you been surfing?
Huntington Beach Pier,
What time of the day or night did this happen?
around 4:30.
4:30 in the afternoon?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Heenan, I'll hear you.
I was getting off work, and then I was stopped yielding to traffic in the left-hand turn lane right here, just waiting for oncoming traffic to pass. I proceeded to turn left, and then I didn't see Sean until he struck my vehicle on the right-hand side.
And his vehicle had the right of way because he was going straight, right?
Correct.
I mean, this was an accident.
It was an accident.
Take your hands out of your pockets.
Oh,
An
sorry.
accident is not an on purpose, it's an accident.
Yes.
So what kind of damages did you have, Mr. Oates?
My bike was bent, like, you can't even replace the frame because it's bent.
Okay.
And my surfboard was damaged, my wetsuit was damaged in a place in the back of the shoulder right here. And to sew that up, it's in a seam with so much movement, it'll just break again. My scar, I have a scar right there. From the damage. And my ankle was hurt for a few days because I landed, I was barefooted. And that's it.
Altogether, it was a terrible accident.
Yeah.
Show me where you were when you first saw the defendant's car.
Well, this is a hill coming down here. I was right about probably where this red.
And show me where the defendant's car was.
It was right here.
And did you watch it?
I watched it come, and then I'm coming closer and closer each time. I thought he was gonna wait for me. And he soon comes, and I swerve off.
So you
To the
saw
right.
him. So you saw him.
I saw him, yes.
And
I tried to avoid the
well, you
collision.
could have stopped
Yeah.
if you weren't going too fast. Right? Okay, so let me see the bill for your bicycle. So you need a new bicycle
Yep.
because it says it can't be fixed. What else?
My surfboard, it was damaged on the tail. It's a wetsuit. In my wetsuit, I
How much did you pay for the wetsuit?
paid $170.
What else?
And then my scar, my scar for the injuries and suffering. That's about it.
Okay, we've got
That's it.
$200 for the new bicycle that Mr. Heenan knows that he's got to pay for. Got $170 for the wetsuit. Did you see a doctor?
No, I did not.
Just got banged up a little bit.
Yes.
When this whole thing happened, what did you do, Mr. Heenan?
Well, as soon as the plaintiff hit the side of my car, I stopped and began to phone the police. And then the police and the ambulance and the fire department came. And I waited around for them. And after the police saw the scene, they came up to me and they saw that I was pretty shaken up because I was pretty upset about the whole deal. So it's not like I do that often. So the police reassured me that it wasn't my fault, or they told me that it was just an accident. It happens a lot down at the beach with kids riding on their bikes and whatnot. he just got my story and took the account of what happened and then sent me on my way.
Okay. When for the first time did you hear from the plaintiff's father?
Probably about maybe 2-3 weeks later.
Tell me about that conversation.
Well, the first conversation was him asking for pretty much an exorbitant amount of money, which to me was like, it was like $800, because he said his son was like a semi-professional surfer and he had an expensive wetsuit, and his classic Schwinn was like $600 or something like that. He kept asking me for this amount of money, and I told him that I didn't think that was fair, for one, and for two, that I didn't think it was my fault to pay for it. So that was basically the end of the conversation.
Did you hear from him again?
I got a letter in the mail from an acquaintance or something like that, a lawyer friend of his, asking for $1,000 for damages. I disregarded that letter.
You have a copy of the
No.
letter? You have a
I
copy
do.
of the letter? I'd like to see it, please. Now you can stand up, Mr. Rhodes. In this letter, this lawyer friend of yours indicates that the matter can be put to rest for $1,000 to replace the bicycle and compensate Sean for his injuries. So can you explain to me, sir, how come you're suing for almost $5,000?
Well, it was because of Mr. Heenan's attitude. Every time I spoke to him, he said he was going to do nothing. I spoke to him 3 or 4 times, and each time he hung the phone up on me. The last time I called him, I said, you've got to be accountable for your actions. What do you want to do about this? He said, well, my attorney says to do nothing. And he says, have a nice day, and he hung up the phone on me.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You put a figure on it for me, Mr. Heenan.
As far as pain and suffering,
Yeah,
kids our age get a lot of scars, I think.
but this one is your fault.
And later today,
He told her to call 911. Police got there. We both explained our stories.
What story? She was drying her hair. You shot through a window. What kind of story is that?
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. 16-year-old Sean Oates says he was riding his bike home from the beach when he was struck by Corey Heenan's car. Corey says it was Sean who ran into him.
You still didn't explain to me why the difference of $4,000 between the original lawyer's request and the request that you're making of this court today.
Well, Sean went through a lot. It's very traumatic for him. He's got a permanent scar on his arm.
He doesn't look like he's so traumatized, Mr.
He
Rhodes.
was at the time. He
Mr.
was.
Rhodes, how many times has he been injured surfing?
A few times. But
Right.
that's his own fault.
Well, this was partially his fault, too.
This accident didn't happen like he said it did. The bicycle was bent on the crank in the middle of the bicycle.
Your son just testified before me, Mr. Oates, that he saw the car as it was making a turn, and he thought it was going to stop.
Yes, well, Sean was in the bike lane.
And I'm telling you that if I'm riding a bicycle and if I'm a prudent bicycle rider, if I see a car starting to make a turn, but I thought that they were going to stop, and he's driving a big car and I'm on a bicycle, I would have stopped my bike if I wasn't going too fast.
It happened so quick. He was
Of course it did, because it was an
Accident.
accident, Mr. Rhodes. Not something that you get all hot and bothered over, especially when your son walks away from this accident, who was probably driving a little too fast on his bicycle home from the beach with a couple of scrapes. So far, I've heard damages in the amount of $370, and that is exclusive of the injuries that he sustained. That is worth something, and I'm certain, Mr. Heenan, that if you had that kind of bruise on your arm, were knocked off by, were injured, and let's say you were out of sorts for a week or so, how much would you think that was worth?
I don't know if I could put a figure on it as far as what I would
How
be
about
asking
a
for.
scar?
Kids our age get a lot of scars, I think.
Sure, but this one is your fault.
It's mutual.
More yours.
Okay.
He had the right of way. So I'm asking you,
I don't.
put a figure down for me. If it were you.
If it was for me, I don't know, maybe some lunch and some resting or something. I don't know.
Well, I think it's probably worth a little more than that. Judgment for the plaintiff for the amount of $870. Thank you. That's all.
I did not excuse you, miss. Step out.
Well, it's a question that young people driving a Mercedes have to be accountable.
If I was in a lesser expensive vehicle, I don't think we would be here right now.
I surf every day, every weekend, and surf team every morning, so I had to miss out on some.
I didn't think it was worth the value that he put on it in the first place.
I thought he needed to be taught a lesson. It has nothing to do with money.
I wasn't worried about the damage to my car. I could care less, but I just wanted to make sure that he was okay.
I noticed him just going, oh, I'm so sorry, but that's all I got out of him.
You know, he could have been killed quite easily.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Uslicker versus Choi. Step forward, please.
Mohan and Renee Uslaker are suing their neighbor, 19-year-old Daniel Choi, for shooting at their house with a BB gun. Daniel claims he wasn't aiming at their house.
How old are you, sir?
19, Your Honor.
How long have you lived next to these folks?
About 7 years, Your Honor.
You think you're an easy neighbor?
Yes.
Do
I
you?
think I'm an easy neighbor to get along with.
Do you think he's an easy neighbor?
No.
Absolutely not.
Not according to what you say in the complaint. And there's been some history from when you were a little kid.
Yeah,
Younger.
younger juvenile, yes.
According to you, you had a protective order
Yes.
against him?
Yep.
That's not about this case.
Correct.
This case is about Mr. Choi, you damaging their home with a BB gun.
Yes. Accident.
Tell me when this happened, Mr. Choi.
November 7, 2004, I was in my backyard shooting my
Who do you live with?
I live with my grandparents.
Are they nice people?
Yes, very nice.
You have brothers and sisters?
Yes.
Do they live with your grandparents?
They did, but they moved.
Is that
moved
because
out.
they're older than you are?
Yes.
And you've stayed at home to sort of make your grandparents' older years happy and comfortable.
Yes. Yes.
So you're in your backyard of your grandparents' house. And what are you doing?
I was shooting my BB gun.
Where were you shooting it?
I was intended for the ground, but
That's no fun, Mr. Choi. Look, at these people are laughing at you. Nobody shoots a BB gun in the ground, Mr. Choi.
well, I wasn't intending to shoot their house.
Nobody shoots a BB gun in the ground. So start out by telling me the truth. What were you doing with the BB gun?
Well, I set up some targets. There's a fence in between my neighbor's house and my house.
You set up targets. Now we're getting to it. What kind of targets did you set up?
Pop cans.
You see, we start from the ground. We're all the way to we're at ground up. What did you put the cans on?
A wooden stump.
And you were shooting.
Yes.
And what did you hear?
We heard a crash. I was blow drying my hair and I heard a crash in the back room.
And you found?
Found a hole about the size of a BB gun in the window, in the back bedroom window, and shatters going out from the hole.
So?
He came around the side of the fence, asked me to come towards him, and I asked him for what. He said, because you shot my window. So I walked over to him, and he showed me his window, and I said it was an accident. You know, I didn't intend to shoot your window.
I was just being stupid.
Pretty much, yes. And his wife came around. He told her to call 911, and police were called. Police got there. We both explained our stories.
What story? She was drying her hair. You shot through a window. What kind of story is that?
And he gave them two options. One, to take me to jail. Two, if we can go to small claims court and I can make payments. I sent him a $20 payment in the mail. It got returned to me in this envelope. And next thing I know, I'm getting a settlement in the mail for $3,000.
Go ahead.
Well, we never did receive payment from Mr. Choi. We never received any kind of envelope from Mr. Choi.
Can I see what you say that you sent, sir? No, the whole thing.
The whole thing.
All together now.
This is actually a bill also that came in the envelope. That's one of the bills. I have the other bill here.
Just a minute. Well, I don't see any money in here. Did you send him a bill?
Yes, I did.
When did you allegedly, sir, send this $20 payment?
It was about 3 days before I got the envelope.
3 days before you got this one.
Yes. I sent it in the mail to his house by U.S. mail because the first one I got said send it by like a cashier's check by mail by U.S.
So let
mail.
me see the cashier's check.
It wasn't a cashier's check, it was a money order.
Well, you have a copy of a money order.
No, they would not give that to me, sir. Your Honor.
You have a copy of a money order. Whenever you get a money order, you get a copy, you get a stub.
Yes, he sent the whole money order back to me.
Well, show me.
I returned it to the store and they didn't have any records of it.
Baloney. So how much is it going to cost to fix your window and the siding?
The total estimate is $200.
Well, you're suing him for a lot more than $200. Tell me why.
Absolutely. We've had a long history, who I'll refer to as this young man, but he was a juvenile delinquent since we moved in 1996.
So you're suing him for your stress.
I'm sorry, I misspoke. Punitive damages is what we're suing for, to try to teach him a lesson.
What you agreed to with the police was to payment for the damage that he did to your home.
True.
And if he had paid that, we would not be here today.
That is true.
The story that he's telling me is that he made a good faith payment, but I don't believe him because he has no proof that he made a good faith payment. And that's very easy to get.
I have a witness here that was with me at the store that I bought the money order from. She was with me when I got the money order, and she was with me when I mailed it out. It's my girlfriend, Nicole.
If you were to stand up here, Nicole, that's what you would tell. I didn't ask you to stand up. I said, if you were to stand up here, that's what you would tell me, right? Baloney. And why would you make a $20 payment?
It's the only money I had at the time, Your Honor.
Why?
Well, I was working, and I quit my job.
Why?
I was unemployed.
Why would you quit your job?
Well, my grandparents, or my grandfather, is not in good health. My grandma can't really watch over him, so I have to watch over my grandfather.
In between acting like a jerk.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah. Right. Mr. Choi, you take your girlfriend out?
No, Your Honor.
You mean you just hang around with her?
Yes.
When?
Just about every day.
Where?
My house and her house.
When you're at her house, get a job. See, when you're at her house, you're not helping out your grandmother or your grandfather. You're just helping yourself out. You don't have time for a girlfriend, according to what you tell me. You're too busy taking care of your grandmother and your grandfather and getting a job so that you can pay off your debts and responsibilities, not hanging out with Nicole. You got me?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, right. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $200. That's all. Step out.
Why does that excuse you to step out?
He tells us that he'll pay us. He tells us that he'll be right. He shakes our hands and acts good in front, and then the next few days, something else bad happens.
I'm a good person to get along with. If they get along with me, I'll get along with them just fine.
He also just plays loud music and damages our fence all the time, and besides the BB gun damage.
Well, everybody plays music. Just depends on what they like.
He'll dump garbage on our property. He'll shout curse words.
I like rap. They like what they like.
If I can buy him a one-way ticket to the moon, I would do it today.
You gave her your PIN number. It is your claim that she stole $600 from you.
Yes.
A bank account emptied by the one person she trusted the most.
I gave her the money when I got in the car.
Was she betrayed by her best friend?
There was one withdrawal, there was another attempt, and then there was a third successfully.
I handed her her money, and she always lost money.
Judge Judy.
Why would
Yeah, this is case number 106 on the calendar in the matter of Barrios versus Duquette. Parties have been sworn in, Your Honor. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
Miss Barrios, Miss Duquette used to be a very dear friend of yours.
Yes.
And it is your claim that she stole $600 from you.
Yes.
She says she did not. She is counterclaiming because she said since this incident, you've embarked upon a course of harassing her. And she is counterclaiming for several $1,000s. So why don't you tell me the circumstances surrounding her taking your money?
It was April 1st. It was about 8:30. I was downtown running some errands.
8:30 in the morning?
In the morning. I had withdrawn $160, $100 which I owed to the defendant. She called me and asked me what I was doing for the day. I said running errands. Why? She said she really needed to see me. She wanted to talk. She needed to escape. And I said, well, you can come pick me up. She came and picked me up in front of the Greyhound station downtown Sacramento, and we got in the car.
In her car?
In her car.
Had you planned on seeing her?
I had planned on seeing her at some point.
Okay. And that's when you were going to give her the money?
Yeah.
What did you borrow the money for?
It wasn't even a matter of me borrowing. It was for gas, her taking me places, and her.
Because you don't have a car.
I don't have a car. She takes me places. She was a very helpful friend.
Okay, fine. So now she came down. She picked you up at the Greyhound station. What happened?
She said she needed to run some errands, and immediately, as soon as I got into the car, I handed her the $100. Immediately.
So far, is that right?
No.
She didn't give you the $100?
No, she didn't.
Okay. Go ahead.
We went to Kmart. She needed to run some errands. She needed some cotton balls, some lotion, some shampoo. When we got that, we called her friend who happens to be here. Went and saw him for a few minutes. Went to lunch in Fair Oaks down by the river. Sat there for a little while, spoke some more to go and take out the money. She said, no, I'll go do it. You're driving today, so I'll take it out for you. Not a problem.
Okay, just a second. So what did you do? You gave her your PIN number?
She's had my PIN number. She's had my PIN number because the card is used for cash aid and food stamp aid, and she would, on certain occasions, take my oldest daughter to the supermarket, and they use my PIN to get food with food stamps.
So she had your PIN number? Mm-hmm. And she went to the bank and withdrew some money?
Yes.
How much did you tell her to withdraw?
The $60 from my phone.
And she came back and gave you?
A receipt for $60. And we got in the car. I drove to pay my phone bill, and there we switched. She got into the driver's seat, I got into the passenger side. She asked me if there was anything else I needed to do. I said, no, not really. She said, well, I got to go home.
When did you ascertain that more money was taken out of the...
The following morning, Your Honor. I get my cash aid on the 1st, and I get my food stamp aid on the 2nd. And it was the last of the month, so I needed to see if we had the food stamps were in the account so I can go buy some groceries before I went out and did some errands. And it gives you the cash account balance and the food stamp balance at the same time. My cash account balance came up to $39.12. And now my heart stopped and it froze immediately. That was like 7:45 the following morning, April 2nd.
Okay, so that's the money. That $600 is what you say Ms. Duquette took from your account.
Absolutely.
Without your approval. I never gave it to you. And Ms. Duquette says, of course, that she took out that money and handed it all to you. Okay. Can I see the receipt from the bank, please?
You want to see it all right now, or
just I want to see that day,
okay.
April 1st. Anna, do you have the receipt that she gave you for $60?
No, I don't. I'd like to make a note. You see there's three transactions, 60, 0, and 600.
Mm-hmm.
The one for 0, she had tried to withdraw $700.
Doesn't say that here. Well, it's certainly clear that on the 1st of April, there was one withdrawal for $60. And then there was another attempt to withdraw some money. And then there was a third attempt successfully within a minute, and $600 was taken out. Okay. Now I'll hear you.
On that morning, I did pick her up. What happened was she owed me $50. She gave me $100 out of the $660 that I withdrew. That day, I had not known her ATM PIN code. Whenever I took her kids to the store, they had cash. I never knew the PIN number. She gave it to me that morning. I pulled the money out. I gave her the money when I got in the car.
Okay. So you acknowledge that you took out the money?
Yes.
And it is your claim that you gave her the money?
Yes, I did.
Could you explain to me why there were 3 separate attempts to take out money?
Because she originally wanted me to pull out $700.
Yes.
So I took the 60 out. She wanted to keep her transactions separate. She said make 2 transactions because she always lost money. That day she had just lost her ATM card. I had to take her back to the bank because she left it in the ATM machine.
I still don't understand, Miss Duquette, why if she asked you to take out $700, you withdrew $60, and then a minute later you tried to withdraw another amount of money, and then a minute later you withdrew $600.
Shh. That money was not an issue because she gave me money all the time.
Oh, no, listen, you're not listening to me, madam. You just testified that she wanted you to take out $700.
Yes.
Why didn't you take out the $700?
She wanted me to take out 60 separate, 700 separate. It would not let me take out 700. That is why I ended up taking out 600.
So what kind of a discussion did you have when you got back into the car?
She counted her money. She gave me $100. We went to the store, drove around for a little while, and I took her home.
Just a second. And that's all that happened?
Yes.
You mean she didn't say to you, I asked you to take out 700, and you said to her, I tried to take out 700, but I couldn't because the bank wouldn't let me take out the 700?
Well, as soon as I got in the car and I handed her her money and her receipts, I said it wouldn't let me take out 600.
Well, you
so
left that out. Miss Duquette, you left that out, madam. We're in a courtroom situation. I have to decide which of you 2 ladies is telling me the truth. Whether Miss Berrios, who missing a few screws by giving somebody their PIN number. I wouldn't give my kids one of my PIN numbers. For sure I wouldn't give one of my kids my PIN number. You have children?
Oh, you know I do.
Anybody ever get your PIN number?
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You couldn't breathe. You couldn't catch your breath. You were overwhelmed. You realized that I don't expect to hear from you, so keep your mouth shut.
And later today,
You didn't turn anybody away because her daughter was there?
No, I didn't.
So what are you suing her for? Why are you wasting your time?
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Christine Barrow says Former friend Nicole Duquette stole money from her bank account. Nicole is denying the charge.
Now, I read your complaint very carefully. You confronted her about this the next day. Tell me what happened. Tell me what happened when you confronted her, Ms. Berrios.
Okay, that morning I called to see if my food stamps were available.
You told me all of that.
Okay.
You got that. You couldn't breathe. You couldn't catch your breath. You were overwhelmed. You realized that you had $30 left in your account and the other money was gone and you didn't have it.
Absolutely.
So you picked up the phone and you called her.
I picked up the phone at 9:30 and called her. And I said, Nicole, tell me that you took out the money because you were afraid that I was going to spend it for the rent. In that case, I can just go pick it up, put it in a money order, and come pay my rent. And she's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, what do you mean, what am I talking about? You took out money yesterday that you weren't supposed to, and I'm hoping and praying that it was for that purpose only, because she's always been a good friend. And she said, I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm going to get to you.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So she got on the phone. I asked her, after I said, no, I have the proof. You made 3 transactions at the bank while I was sitting in the car in the driver's seat. I've already got the times, the amounts. I need to know where my money is. That's my rent money. And she says, oh, well, you know, I thought I'd have it back to you by tonight. I said, well, do you mind? I said, do you mind if I know what you took the money for? I mean, that's none of your business. And I said, well, Nicole, what's going to happen? She goes, I'm gonna have the money for you before you have to pay the rent. I said, Nicole, it's the 2nd of the month. My rent is due on the 5th. It's $832. You just took 3/4 of my rent money.
So what happened?
She said, I'll call you later. I'm at work. Did not hear from her that afternoon. Called once. They told me she had left early. I don't call her home phone because of her companion, her partner. Don't want any trouble. That Monday, I called her at work. I didn't get to speak to her until later on that afternoon. And all she said, I gotta go, I gotta go. The next day, which is Tuesday, she left me a voicemail, which has since erased. It said, I'm at my friend's house. He's gonna loan me $1,000 so I can give you your money. I'll be at the house.
Listen to me. Voicemails shouldn't get erased if they acknowledge a debt.
I know. I didn't know. I didn't know how to say it.
So then listen to me. Don't repeat it to me.
Okay. Well, that afternoon she says, well, my friend didn't come through for me. I'm going to see if I can go sell my car rims.
Okay. And is what you're telling me that these conversations never took place?
Never.
Okay. Now, let's get to your allegation of harassment. When did the harassment start?
On April 8th. The day of my girlfriend's mother's memorial, she called my house acting like she was a private detective.
Okay.
It was a man that called, which sounded like a young man, according to her, who answered the phone.
So you didn't take this conversation?
No.
Somebody else did. Step up. Tell me your name.
Esther Henry.
All right, Miss Henry, you took a telephone call on the 8th of April.
Yes, I took several telephone calls.
Did you make any phone calls April 8th?
Nope, not to her house phone. Absolutely not.
Okay. Did you know who had made those phone calls?
At first I didn't. It was the day of my mom's memorial.
Okay, so you don't know who did.
At first.
Just for my own information, what did the person say?
Okay, on the first call, it was a younger voice, but kind of disguised, and he said, I'm detective from the police department. Is Nicole here? So I'm like, no, she's not here. Can I take a message? And he said no, and then he hung up. Then he called back. Different voice this time. And in the background is F this, F that. Is Nicole there? Is Nicole there? No, she's not. Then a lot of harassment, cussing on the phone. You better get her. She's in for it, you know, and all this stuff. And
What was it? Just a second. What do you think that was about, Miss Henry?
I don't have a clue.
Okay. Anything else you have to testify to?
Yes. Then the third call, the plaintiff outright said who she was.
Yes.
This is Christina.
Yes.
Is Nicole there? And I said, no. Well, she owes me some money, and I want my money. She told me she was going to pay me back. She didn't pay me back yet, and I want my money. If she doesn't give me my money, then I'm going to call the police. And I'm like, okay, well, can I take a message down and, tell her?
That was the message. Just as what part of what she said didn't you understand? Listen to me. That was the message. She said it's the 8th of April. She's supposed to pay me back some money. If she doesn't pay me back the money, I'm going to the police. That's what she said.
Yes.
So you understood the message.
When I say message, I'm like a phone number so she can call you back. I got that part of the message.
I got it too.
I did.
Anything else you want to tell me?
No, that was
Good.
about
Perfect. Sit down.
I even have an email here from her. This is not the first time that this has happened. I've known her since 2001. She worked at my job.
Okay.
She was trying to have a relationship with me, and that was her way of trying to get me by giving me money all the time.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. So, Mr. Kent, listen to me very carefully. Is what you're saying to me that she was trying to endear herself to you by being generous with you with money?
In fact, she even offered. Yes. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And that in the past you had in fact taken money from her. In the past you had taken money from her. Did she ever complain about it?
No, because I always did something
just a
for
second.
her.
Did she ever complain about it?
No.
How long have you been with Miss Henry?
For a few years.
And I don't expect to hear from you until I'm looking at you, so keep your mouth shut. So far, you're not losing. Could you tell me why you think, after somebody had been generous with you, given you money in the past, why she would say that you stole the money this time? Unless maybe she's having a psychotic attack. Is that right?
Well, she was on medication.
Oh, okay. I don't buy it, Mr. Kent. I think you took the money and you thought maybe you could get it back to her, or you thought this is somebody who really had a thing for you and you would get away with it. You took the money out of her account and you did not give it to her. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $600. That's all. Your counterclaim's dismissed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Why you drawing excuse? Step out.
I'm excited because she was trying to come in here with an ammunition of false information.
A lot of the reasons why I got money from her was because I did favors for her.
I trusted her.
Now all of a sudden she's a sworn woman because she wanted something that she couldn't have.
She bonded with all 4 of my children, and she's nothing but a liar.
I helped her get a backbone.
She always said, you know what? Be a woman about yourself. Being a woman about myself now, aren't I?
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Powell versus Methors. Step forward, please.
Child care provider Lawandria Powell is suing her former client, teacher Betty Methors, for unpaid babysitting fees. Betty claims Lawandria coerced her 14-year-old daughter into signing a contract.
Miss Powell, you are a child care provider, and according to you, the defendant owes you some money for taking care of her child.
Yes.
The defendant says she paid you what was agreed, not a penny more. How long have you been a child care provider?
I received my license on January 5th of this year.
And you take care of children in your home or outside?
In my home.
How many children?
I'm licensed to take care of 8.
What age group?
Newborn to 12.
How many people work for you?
Just myself.
You can take care of 8 children by yourself in your house?
No, I never have 8 all at one time. The majority of the kids that I keep are in school, so they're in and out.
When were you contacted by the defendant?
We met on August 23rd at a Jump Start program where both our 5-year-olds were to start kindergarten. And she made the statement that she needed assistance with child care or her daughter wasn't going to be able to attend school. And I was sitting in front of her. I turned around and told her that I am a licensed provider, and I gave her one of my pens with my information on it.
You have a 5-year-old?
Yes.
Boy or girl?
Girl.
Did there come a time when Miss Methors?
Yes.
Brought her daughter to your facility?
Yes.
When was that?
That same day. We made arrangements for her to come around 11:30 that day.
When did she start your program?
Not until September the 13th, when the older kids were going back to school.
Did she sign a contract?
Yes, she did.
I'd like to see it, please.
Do you want all of the paperwork or just the contract?
Just the contract. Did you sign this contract?
No, Your Honor. I did not sign any contract with this woman. I only had verbal agreement on the phone.
Who signed this contract?
Her or her daughter. But it was her that was supposed to have signed it because she gave me the paperwork.
Who signed this, you or your mother?
I did, Your Honor.
Stand up. When did you sign it?
I signed this today, the first day when my sister first started.
Your sister's first day?
Yeah.
Your daughter was there for 4 days, and you paid her $50.
Yes.
And you say she should have paid you $65 for the 4 days.
My contract states $65. She asked me, could she pay me $50?
Just a minute. So you told her she could pay you $50?
Yes.
Fine. And she paid you $50?
She paid me $50.
So why are you here? What do you want?
In my contract, it states that she's to pay me the first and last week.
How many children did you have in your facility on September 13th?
Just her daughter at that time.
The reason you want first and last and 2 weeks' notice is because you say in this contract, and you're not sure who signed this contract, that space is limited, and in order to ensure that you don't turn somebody else away, you have to give notice.
Yes.
But you didn't have anybody else there. You didn't turn anybody away because her daughter was there?
No, I didn't.
So what are you suing her for? Why are you wasting your time?
Because my contract states that she has to pay first and last.
Madam, you have no written contract with her because you don't know who signed this contract. You have, at best, an oral contract.
My understanding was that she signed the contract. She
Well,
never
didn't.
told me that
She
her
didn't.
daughter didn't sign.
You babysat for 4 days. You got paid for 4 days. There's no reason for you to be here. You should spend your time and devote your time to your business, not for suing people. Goodbye.
Eyes are excused. You may step out.
Judy is perfectly right. She is very, very intelligent. This lady needs to get a job. She is so desperate, she can do anything for money. And she is a disgrace, a complete disgrace to whatever she is supposed to be representing. Someone like her, she needs to be exposed.
She thought he was the one.
He told me that we would be together.
Until she went to his house.
Lo and behold, the wife and 4 kids answered the door.
You didn't know that he was still married. You felt the necessity to...
Said you may be seated.
You're the wife?
Yes, ma'am.
You're the girlfriend?
The ex-girlfriend.
You're the bargain? Don't see it. Say something special that's just between you and you. Miss Underwood, according to your complaint, Mr. Burge and you were involved in a relationship. You didn't know that he was still married at the time.
Correct.
And you loaned him money. Loaned
Correct.
him money to do something called lifting his truck. I don't know what that means. You'll explain it to me in 10 seconds or less. Then you bailed out his car when it got impounded. What else?
2 tickets.
2 tickets. And you said you made loans to him because you actually thought that you were going to be building a life together based upon his promises and his statement that you were going to go to live in Arizona together and whatever. When you tried to find out when he was going to pay you, you went to his house, and lo and behold, his wife answered the door.
Correct.
Mr. Birch said everything that you gave him that he acknowledges he took were given as gifts.
Yes, Your Honor.
And he never fooled you. You knew that he was married and that he had children because he has tattoos of them all over him.
Tattoos does not mean that he's
they're
still
together.
married, or the fact that...
And he says he doesn't owe you a quarter. Right?
Yes, Your Honor.
How long are you married, Mr. Burge?
Over 6 years.
You have children?
Yes, 4.
When did you leave your wife?
Around April, May.
And when did you meet Miss Underwood?
Right at the end of May.
Where?
Through an ad in the paper.
What kind of an ad?
It was like a penny saver ad.
What did it say? Shh, quiet!
It said, you know, this is who I am. And so I responded to it. You know, she sounded interesting.
Why, after 6 years of marriage and 4 children, you separated, in a couple of weeks you felt the necessity to find somebody else?
It's just, I like having someone around. I wasn't out to build a relationship. I was out to find a friend. And, you know, things were going good with us.
And when, for the first time, did she give you money?
Would be September 9th, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
September 9th.
But I didn't give him anything.
Shh. Tell me what she gave you money for.
She did a lift on my truck.
4 children and you.
My wife works also.
How old are your children?
Twin 9-year-olds, a 5-year-old daughter and a 4-year-old boy.
And who watches them when you're both working?
Daycare.
Who pays for the daycare?
We do.
Really? Your wife must be a very successful CEO of a major company.
Well, she just works very hard for what she gets.
Harder than you.
We work equally.
Really? What kind of work do you do, Miss Burge?
I work for the phone company.
What's your annual salary?
54.
So you're the primary breadwinner in your family.
I make more an hour, yes.
Stand up. How many months were you separated from your husband?
Roughly about 6.
How much money did he send you for support during those 6 months?
We still live together, but we just stayed.
Is what you're telling me, Miss Burge, that you still lived under the same roof while you were separated?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you know that, Miss Underwood?
No, I did not.
You think your husband told that to her?
I don't know.
Trust me. Did he tell you about Miss Underwood?
No, we didn't share personal stuff about each other.
Only 4 children. Did you ask him where he got the money to have his truck lifted?
No, ma'am.
Let's see. Where did Mr. Burge tell you that he was living?
He said exactly where he was living.
Had you ever been there to visit him?
No, because he was always at my house.
How often was he at your house?
A couple times during the week, not for very long, but he came over a couple times during the week on Sundays, because Sunday was his only day off.
But you never went to his house until you were looking for the money?
Until New Year's Eve, correct.
Well, you weren't looking for the money New Year's Eve. You were just looking to find him?
I actually was just looking to find him because he told me that we would be together, and then his friends called and said that he was drunk and passed out, so they were taking him to their house. So I decided that enough was enough, and I wanted to go find out what was going on, and lo and behold, the wife and 4 kids answered the door.
Mr. Burge, did you tell Miss Underwood that you were still living at home with your wife?
No, I didn't, Your Honor.
Why not?
I didn't see it as relevant at the time. We were just friends.
Well, you were friends, you were intimate.
Yeah.
You had taken money from her.
Yeah.
You knew that she had feelings for you.
Yes.
Did you feel as if you were being honest with her?
Not completely, no.
Right. I think you got the better end of the deal.
I think so too.
Unfortunately, she didn't find out about his character until they had 4 children together.
That's her problem.
That's her problem. And not only that,
she can have him. I don't want him.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
It was okay for her to do this for him until she found out that we were still living together and he left her.
because you got the prize. I want to tell you, my darling, you got the booby prize.
And later today,
Were you planning to get married?
Yes, we were going to be married September 17th, a week after he unfortunately passed away.
People invited to the wedding?
Yes.
Including his daughter?
No.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Tammy Underwood says ex-boyfriend Sean Burge owes for having his truck lifted and for impound fees. Tammy says Sean is living a double life.
Tell me about having the truck lifted.
He said that the weight of all the tools and stuff he used for work weighed the truck down too much, so if we did that, then it wouldn't be as much of a strain on the truck. And at that point, I'm agreeing that, you know, we're going to try and start a life. We had already talked about starting a life. And I told him, okay, I said, this is the deal. I have a credit card that just got paid off. We could do this, but you have to make the payments on it.
And he said?
He said, okay. He said that would not be a problem. He would be able to make the payments. So we...
Now let me hear your version of the truck, sir.
Your Honor, months or weeks before that, we were talking. My birthday was coming up in October, and she asked me, you know, what do you want for your birthday? Jokingly, I said I'd like to get my truck lifted. I never made arrangements to pay anything back, because if I could afford to pay her back on it, I would have paid for it myself.
What was the next thing you paid off for him?
His truck got towed.
When did your truck get towed?
I don't remember the exact date.
And what did you do when you found out it was towed?
I called to her and asked her if she could get it out.
Why don't you call your wife?
I didn't choose to.
You can either have a happy life or an unhappy life. The choice is yours. Do you understand?
I understand.
Just because you make an initial mistake doesn't mean that you have to go through your whole life suffering for it. How much did it cost to have the truck lifted?
$32.50.
How much did it cost to get the car out of impound?
$318.
And now we have the tickets. What about the tickets? Did he ask you to pay those tickets?
Yes, he called me at work and said, can we afford for you to pay the tickets? And I said, there's no we. I can do it if you can make the payments. I said, you have to agree to make the payments.
How much were the tickets?
One was $606 and one was $446.
What do you want to say?
I want to mention that I just want to reflect back on something that she had said when she said that he used to come over quite frequently. He works Monday through Saturday, and he was only gone on a Sunday a few times that I can recall.
Well, what do you think that this phantom relationship that he had with Miss Underwood was?
I really don't know. I wasn't involved in it, but I
You
knew.
do know, however, that he solicited her friendship while the two of you were married and living under the same roof.
Mm-hmm.
That he asked her for help, according to him, right?
Right.
Or something that someone would say to a new friend. We're building something together. I need some help right now.
Mm-hmm.
Separated from my wife, whatever. We're divorced. I don't know. Did he say he's separated or divorced?
No, he said he was divorced for about 1.5 years.
Got it?
Mm-hmm.
Got it?
I understand that.
Do you believe her that that's what he said? I want you to believe her, Miss Burge.
Okay.
That's what he said.
May I mention another thing?
Sure.
The night that she showed up on our doorstep, she did mention to me that she had told him that he needs to put an effort toward the relationship or she was going to sue him for the money.
And your point would be?
You know, it was okay for her to do this for him until she found out that we were still living together and that he and I ended up going, you know, started working on a relationship and he left her.
Because you got the prize. Is that right? Because you got the prize? And she didn't. And she didn't. I want to tell you, my darling, you got the booby prize.
Friend Sean Burge owes for having his truck lifted and for impound fees. Tammy says Sean is living a double life.
He's an unethical, amoral man who used her when it suited him. And he didn't even have the decency to say to her, I'm going back to my wife. I know you spent almost $5,000 on me. I'm going to pay you back, little by little, whatever it takes, because I don't want you to feel as if you've been abused by me. Do you understand? That would have been a decent human being. Instead, he says, see ya. You feel like a fool? You were a fool? I'm going back to my wife with my new lifted truck. And if that's the kind of character you want your children to grow up around, stick with them. You will reap what you sow. The next fool will be you. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $4,620. Thank you. That's all.
Why did Judge Hughes, you let step out?
We started building a life together. He said he loved me, and I never knew about the wife until New Year's Eve.
I didn't lie to her about anything. I might not have told her things, but I didn't lie to her.
We had all kinds of plans. It wasn't just like a month, okay, boom, done, you know.
It just didn't work between me and her.
Christmas, you know, he promised my son he would be there, and all of a sudden didn't show.
Mistress is a mistress, you know. You end up coming out with everything or you come out with nothing.
It really hurt because I was in love with him, so, but she can have him.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Fitzgerald versus Whitney. Step forward, please.
23-year-old homemaker Kimberly Fitzgerald is suing her deceased father's fiancée, Leslie Whitney, for the return of her father's belongings. Kimberly says Leslie is a scammer.
Miss Fitzgerald, Miss Whitney and your father were together at the time that he died, and he died suddenly. He was a young man. He had a heart attack. And you want some property that you say belonged to your father. You're one of two children. You say your brother doesn't want anything of your father's. You do. He died without a will. And according to you, Miss Whitney won't let you have his belongings. Right? When did your father have a heart attack? Do you know the date?
September 9th, 2004.
And prior to September 9th, when had you seen him?
I saw him about 3 days earlier.
Where?
He stopped by my house to see my son. Well, and me.
Prior to September the 6th, when your father came to see your son, when had you previously seen him?
The 4th of July.
How old was your father?
57.
Miss Whitney, how long had you and Vincent been together?
Over a year we were together, but we did not live together until June of last year.
Another girlfriend in March.
Shh. You moved into his house?
Yes.
Where was he when he passed away?
He was on the road. He was a truck driver.
According to what I read, Vincent took out a life insurance policy with you as the beneficiary. Is
Yes.
that right? When did he do that?
In August.
Were you planning to get married?
Yes, we were going to be married September 17th, a week after he unfortunately passed away.
People invited to the wedding?
Yes.
Including his daughter?
No.
Why not?
He said that he didn't want, there wasn't a close-knit family, and that's what he had told me. I had never met her, and he offered to, when he wanted to go see his grandchild and stuff, but it was like an in and out thing. He never really talked about his children.
How much was the life insurance policy that he took out in August?
$20,000.
But he named you as the beneficiary?
Yes.
Was there any other life insurance policy for any of his children?
No, there was not.
Did he have any bank accounts?
Yes, he did, but one was overdrawn, and the other one only had about $50 in it.
Now, I gather the day after your father died, you and your mother
Yes.
went to his apartment.
Yes. I didn't even know about her.
And how did you get into his apartment?
I was sitting outside. I didn't go into the apartment until Leslie came home.
How did your mother get into the apartment?
I don't know.
How did they get into the apartment?
They climbed through the kitchen window. It was a basement apartment. The windows were level with the ground. And I was on my way back from the hospital, and I came home, and she was outside with the baby, and the mother was in the bedroom.
What was your mother doing there?
She told me to wait outside. We had gone to my father's house to get his suit so that he could be buried. We were making preparations for his wake, and there was other paperwork and stuff that I needed. Since I am the administrator of my father's estate, I needed to get paperwork to straighten.
Well, you weren't the administrator of his estate at that time because he died without a will.
No, at that
so
time I was not.
you had to petition the court for letters of administration.
Yes.
Did you do that?
Yes, I did.
Now, according to Miss Whitney, she ultimately allowed you to come in and take certain property from the apartment.
Yes.
Okay. Now you're going to tell me what it is that you want.
We just want...
Who's we?
Well, okay. I just want the value of the property that was missing that Leslie told me I could have.
What do you want? Not the value. What do you want?
The kitchen table, the computer, the camera with the printer.
Kitchen table?
No. There's no kitchen table.
No kitchen. There's no kitchen table. What
I moved
else?
into the house myself.
What year?
Beginning of 2000, end of 2003.
Get over it. What else?
The computer. There was a brand new computer.
Where's the computer?
There was no computer. There was no computer. There's no kitchen table.
Okay. You have no idea where the computer is?
No, I don't.
What's next?
The digital camera.
Digital camera.
No, I don't. He had that. He used to carry that with him in his truck, and I didn't
What's
go
next?
to the truck.
The printer that went with the digital camera.
Miss Fitzgerald, get over it. From what I gather, based upon the fact that your father had taken out a life insurance policy, and instead of naming his two children as beneficiaries, he named this lady as a beneficiary of his insurance policy. You did not enjoy with your father the kind of relationship that was warm, continuous, and loving. Is that a fair statement? Realized that she was living there and that they were living together. They planned to be married. They clearly were in a monogamous, intimate relationship because the life insurance policy was taken out in August. You got a lot of your father's property. Nothing there, as far as I'm concerned, are memento things that you're asking for. You don't want to hang the kitchen table on your charm bracelet or the camcorder or anything else.
No, but there was family pictures.
If you said to me he had a watch that I would like to be able to give to my child one day because we were very close, or he had a ring that was a family heirloom or something that was very close to him, you want a kitchen table, a computer, a camera, and a printer.
And pictures.
Should have taken pictures. What pictures?
I didn't have access to them.
You went into the house 3 times. You didn't even mention the pictures, Miss Fitzgerald, when you said you wanted the value of these things or the things. You didn't even mention pictures. I think you have to have something to occupy your time more than what you have. Because this is nonsense. Get over it. Get a life. That's all.
Funeral.
Bye.
Bodies are excused. You may step out.
They were not a close enough family. I never met his daughter because he wasn't even associating with his daughter.
If all she wanted was his money, she got it.
I was gonna marry him. It's not just her lot, she's making it all about her. That's not the case.
She says they were gonna get married. I have no proof of that.
She's jealous that I'm getting a life insurance policy and she's not.
She doesn't have the decency to show up at his funeral or his wake or anything.
I was not invited to the funeral, by the way. They kept that hidden secret.
She walks away with $20,000 and I'm left stuck paying for his funeral.
I don't know whether to cry or I mean, it's ridiculous.
Both of them put needles in your laundry, which got into your baby's pajamas.
What really happened to their child?
There were scratches. We have pictures to document that.
Actually, it was the defendants caused injury to the baby.
Not necessarily, but
not necessarily. Let me see the pictures.
Judge Judy.
I'm tense, according to what I read in your complaint. The other 3 apartments or condos were occupied by owners.
Right.
And it is your claim that the defendants did several things. First, they told untruths to the cooperative association and therefore your landlord.
Yes.
Causing you to be evicted.
Yes.
And next, you allege that the defendants, one or both of them, put needles in your laundry, which got into your baby's pajamas, which caused injury to the baby.
But
shh. And you want to be compensated.
Yes, ma'am.
I assume that they did not put any needles in your laundry on purpose. If needles got into the laundry because Mrs. Schultz is a diabetic.
Yes.
Does use needles.
No.
Doesn't use needles.
No.
Okay. Interesting. And in addition, that whatever statements they made to the landlord, your landlord, were true, and if you were evicted, it was because of your own conduct. That's their defense. I just want to check something. Well, I'm reading your answer, Mr. Schultz, and your answer says, my wife is diabetic, and when the plaintiff's husband brought the lancets to me...
There's a difference between lancets and needles.
Oh, okay, lancets.
Okay, yes.
So I used the wrong word.
Lancets.
When plaintiff's husband brought lancets to me, he said he found them in the washer. My wife is diabetic, but they did not look like the lancets my wife used. So we're using a different term.
Right,
needles,
right. Well, there
lancets.
is a difference between lancets and needles.
Okay. When did you move in, Mrs. Bishop, with your family?
August of '03.
And how many members were there in your family?
3, myself, my husband, and my baby.
How old is your baby?
1 year and 4 months.
Did you have trouble with Mr. and Mrs. Schultz or any of the other neighbors when you moved in?
Just the Schultz. No, the other neighbors were very kind and friendly, normal neighbors.
What happened with Mr. and Mrs. Schultz?
I think the first month or 2 was fine. We were friends.
Well, actually, it was...
I didn't ask you anything yet.
Mr. Schultz was very kind and helpful, showing us where the things were, telling us how things ran around there, like he was the landlord.
That was the first month or 2?
First month or 2. I understood from the neighbor in number 2, Tammy.
Don't tell me anything that a neighbor told you.
Okay, I understood she needed a kidney. So I went up and offered her a kidney and asked her what blood type she was. She said she was blood type AB. And we talked about it.
So, it's good.
To my best recollection. Anyway.
Go ahead.
So, just things started happening where the laundry park problems. They parked in a, his truck is very big, it's a Bronco, and it's blocked our space. When we moved in, we asked him several times to please move it. We can't get our car in the garage. Here's a violation that was written on my car because his car was parked in my space, so I had to...
Car was parked too close to the line, yet their car was parked within their lines. But you have a very large car, and in order for you to get in and out of your spot, you wanted them to move their car further over.
To the other line.
I understand. Your wife is answering the question, sir. I mean, you know, I understand. She understands what I'm saying. You may want to give me a lot of baloney, but I'm not going to tolerate it. You asked them to move their car to the other side because you have a very large car and it was difficult for you to get in and out of your car. Is that a fair statement?
That would be a fair statement.
That's a fair statement. Okay. And what I assume happened is you parked it as close to the line as you possibly could. Is that what you're telling me?
Not necessarily, but
Not necessarily. Let me see the pictures. I'm 10 steps ahead of you, sir.
The picture
I'm
of his
10 steps
Bronco,
ahead of you.
And here's the rules and regulations.
You know, fortunately, we all come to our jobs, Mr. Schultz, with a life's experience.
I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, well, in this case, you may not be. Let's get to the rest of the complaints that were made, because that's what you're alleging. Let's get there, and let's get there fast.
Okay.
And then we'll get to the Lancets.
Okay.
What?
May I ask my witness to come up and explain?
Absolutely. Who are you?
I'm her husband, Brett Bishop.
Okay, do you have the complaints?
No, we do not have the complaints.
Well, then how am I supposed to adjudicate that
We
part of
were
your
not
claim?
able to get them from our landlord in time.
Well, then, yeah, I have to strike that part of your claim.
Okay, then I have nothing in that regard.
Good, fine. And let's get to the needles incident.
I went out to get the baby's laundry out of the dryer. And
When was this?
January 29th. And found needles in the dryer. And I came back in the house and called my husband, and he told me that they might be hers because she's diabetic.
Okay. Do you have any of them with you?
Yes.
And this was before you put any clothes on the baby?
No.
What do you mean, no?
Similar what the needles look like.
You see, what you state in your complaint is that your baby was uncomfortable, and the next morning you found needles in her pajamas. Then you went down to the laundry and you found needles. Now you tell me that on the 29th of January, you went down to the dryer and found needles in the dryer.
I got the needles out of the dryer, and I came back into the house and called the police.
Yes.
My husband came home at the same time.
Yes.
And he can pick it up from there.
The police officer went and spoke with Mrs. Schultz.
Listen to me. Were you there when the police officer spoke to Mrs. Schultz?
I was not in his presence. He spoke to her on her balcony. We waited in the house. He came down and told us what she said.
That's hearsay. I'll look at a police report if you have it.
Yeah, we have the police report. In that police report, she admits that the needles were hers.
Shh.
Sorry.
Now, according to the police report, I'm just telling you what the police report says.
Okay.
It says that you advised the police that the needles were left in your clothing by accident. I got it. What's next?
We have photographs of the needle, and we did not know that where the needle came from, where the scratches came from originally.
I don't know what scratches you're talking about, Matt. I have no clue as to what scratches you're
We found
talking
a
about.
needle later in my baby's diaper. After we phoned the police, we discovered that the scratches that were on her that were not on the
I have no idea what you're talking about, madam. I asked you, tell me about the incident involving the needles.
Okay.
And you told me on the 29th of January you found needles in the laundry. And now you're talking to me about scratches, and I have no clue as to what you're talking about.
On the 28th night, I put my baby to bed. In the morning when she woke up, my husband... What are you telling me?
On the 9th, we put our baby to bed. I usually put the baby to bed, and she had no scratches to her labia area. She was very fussy that night. We thought she was teething. The next morning when I got up to take her to the nanny, I noticed when I was changing her, she had a dirty diaper, so I wiped her up and I noticed that there were scratches to her vagina area. We have pictures.
What kind of diapers do you use?
Pampers.
Well, how could she have scratches to her vaginal area?
That's where we're getting at, is the whole reason why we're here is the needles that this lady put in our laundry somehow got into our baby's diaper, scratched up her labia. We have pictures to document that. We have pictures of the needles and our emergency room doctor.
We dug through the diaper pail.
Saw those.
We have a diaper pail, we keep the diapers in, and after discussing with the officer and finding out the needles 2 weeks later that she got scratched from, we assumed we better look through the old diapers that we keep in the pail, which we have pictures of the diaper pail and the needle in the dirty diaper. So that's how we didn't know where the scratches came from.
But you didn't put diapers in the wash.
Push it.
So we put 2 and 2 together and took her to the emergency room, and they wrote the report that needles stick to the labia, and they did the HIV test on her, hepatitis testing. And
So what you're telling me is, I mean, I don't know what these pictures show, madam. You're showing me a picture of a dirty diaper with a blue needle in it. Is that what you're showing me you found?
Yes.
I don't believe you. I don't believe that 2 weeks later you kept dirty diapers in a pail.
the baby goes to the nanny Monday through Friday.
Let me explain something to you, madam. I do not believe that you kept dirty diapers in a pail from January 9th to January 30th. I don't believe it. It doesn't make sense. And if it doesn't make sense, it ain't true.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today,
I assume that you have a busy life. I want to know why you're suing him over swimsuit and shoes. I'm just curious. Yet you took time out to file a lawsuit about your swimsuit and shoes.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Renee Bishop says her former condo neighbors, Michelle and Perry Schultz, put needles into a laundry dryer, causing injury to her baby. Renee also claims the Schultzes lied to the landlord and got her evicted.
I believe that you probably found a couple of her needles in the dryer. That's a possibility. And maybe you figured you could parlay that into something else, but I do not believe. And I'm not crazy about their attitude, especially his. I'm not sure about hers yet, but especially his. But if you think you're going to parlay that into a monetary award, you are wrong, because I do not believe this evidence, which is a 2-week-old diaper that you kept in a pail in her room and happened to open it up and found within the diaper that your husband said he changed on the 9th of January, a blue needle that he overlooked. I don't buy it.
It was
My problem is that 3 weeks later, or 2.5 weeks later, when you found this, you took your child to the emergency room?
Mm-hmm.
What date did you take the child to the emergency room?
The 29th.
29th. So what you're telling me is you didn't see the problem on the 9th.
Yes, we did.
Well, show me what you did.
I took her to my doctor for shots. 2 days later, she had a date for shots.
Red
marks on the
Let me
buttocks.
see. Let me see. 2 days later, let me see what the report says. Well infant.
Red marks.
Red mark on buttock. That's not what your husband just told me. Your husband told me that she had needle punctures on her labia. Listen, what do you think? I was born yesterday. Your case is dismissed. They may have not been good neighbors, and they may have done a lot of things that were nasty to you, but you're not going to parlay that. My only problem is you did take the child 2.5 weeks later to an emergency room where somebody found a needle prick on the child. My question is, how did it get there 2.5 weeks later when it wasn't on the doctor's report 2 days after what you allege is the incident?
Because
that causes me a great deal of concern. Not from them, but from you. Your case is dismissed. Step out. Out.
Thank you. I didn't put the lancets in the washer or the dryer.
They just started turning psycho and messing with our cars, cutting our vehicles up, all kinds of stuff.
We've lived there 8 years, never had a problem with anybody until they moved in.
I think because they're just really jealous. Their kid's autistic, unfortunately.
So does that mean I'm jealous of every normal child in this world? I don't think so.
He used to tell us all the time, oh, you're so lucky to have a healthy baby. She's so beautiful. She's so this, she's so that. And I think there was a fine line between jealousy and hatred.
That's just a farce. I mean, they're just reaching, you know? Desperate people will do desperate things, you know? And they're desperate.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of McCullough versus Nelson's Nautilus. Step forward, please.
Student Renee McCullough is suing the owners of her gym, Preston Nelson and John Ashey, for breaking into her locker and selling her belongings. The men say Renee's locker dues were 6 months delinquent.
Miss McCullough, you belong to the defendant's gym, according to your complaint, for about 9 years.
That's correct.
And then there came a time recently that you stopped going, about a year ago. And it is your claim that they clipped the lock off your locker after several months and got rid of your stuff. You want them to pay you $600 for what you claim was in the locker. When did you first rent your locker?
The first time I rented it was for a year. It was in November of 2001.
And how much was the rental on the locker for that year?
I paid $100. He gave me a break. I paid a year in advance.
Is that right?
That sounds correct.
Okay, $100 for the year.
It's my understanding when I paid for my year in advance that it would be included in my automatic payment out of my bank, and in the event that it wasn't, that Preston would let me know.
Did you have that conversation with her?
I couldn't. I would say yes, I did. We could not find any paperwork to show that, and so I don't know where it all fell short, but I have no paperwork that would show that. Typically, it was a prepaid year only.
Okay. When did you stop going to the gym at all?
At approximately middle of 2002.
And when did you go back?
The end of July of 2003.
And when you went back in July of 2003, you found your locker opened?
Exactly.
Okay, well, you know, that's well over a year ago. What have you done the last year?
After I found out my lock had been cut off, I spoke to Mr. Ashby, and he said he had to speak to his wife to find out where my belongings were. He thought that they still had them on the premises. At that time, I found out that no, they were no longer there. I left a note with Mr. Ashby concerning, you know, I had quite a bit of belongings in that locker, and that if they would pay me for my swimsuit and my shoes, I would go away.
Do you work? I assume you do.
I did previous to this, yes.
What are you doing now?
I'm going back to school.
How do you support yourself?
Through my husband.
Oh, okay. So your family supports itself?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're going back to school. What I want to know is, I assume that you have a busy life. I want to know why you're suing him over swimsuit and shoes. I'm just curious. You took time out to file a lawsuit about your swimsuit and shoes.
It's the principle of the thing. I expect that if they run a business, that they need to comply with the laws that regulate the renting of areas.
Well, but the truth of the matter is, Ms. McCullough, from what you tell me, you didn't go back to the gym for almost a year. And during that period of time, the locker was really not paid for. You assumed that it was going to be paid for. You assumed that they would notify you in the event that it wasn't paid for. Have you lived in the same place?
Yes.
All the time? Well, what I don't understand, Mr. Nelson, quite frankly, is why couldn't you just send her a note? Drop her a note and say, listen, we're going to empty out your locker because it hasn't been paid for, and it has to be paid for. You know, you better come and get it within the next 2 weeks.
Right. That really, a lot of the specifics when Johnny came on board, the records were not well kept. We didn't have an automatic payment system in place for lockers. That was something that was discussed, but primarily it's a membership tanning health club.
Okay. So what Miss McCullough was asking for initially was $160. Is that right?
That's what I have, yes.
Right. That's what she said here. Originally, I told him, if you just paid me $160 for my swimsuit and sneakers, that would be fine. And she's here just for the principle of it, right?
Correct.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $160. That's all. Thank you.
Why is that excuse? You may step out.
It was fair. It was more making them accountable for what they should have stood up to the plate with before.
At the time that we cleaned the lockers out, we didn't find anything of real value in any of the lockers that we cleaned out. Certainly nothing that would have merited $160 in value.
I think if you own a business and you run a business, that you should comply with the laws.
Judy makes good decisions. She's a competent woman, and it's probably the right decision.
Did she try to run him down?
I was in the car. She backed up like this, like she was gonna hit me.
Or was she trying to end the abuse?
He assaulted me, pushed me to the ground, and kicked me.
In another fit of rage, he body slammed you on your car.
Yeah.
What are you, nuts?
No, ma'am.
Well, why are you so stupid?
I don't know.
Judge Judy.
You don't have any children or anything, do you?
Well, I do have a daughter.
His boyfriend, Ronnie Brooks, owes for kicking a dent into her car and for breaking her cell phone. Ronnie says Amy was drunk on the night in question.
Go ahead.
Well, first I heard a noise to the left, and it was a foot coming through the door. That would be her foot. So Ronnie took her to the car. Well, like he said, she tried to run over him whenever she backed up and then came forward, and that's what I had seen. I also saw them yelling at each other, but I didn't see him hit her.
He didn't hit her.
No, ma'am.
Because I read her complaint, and her complaint doesn't say he hit her.
That was because his friends were around that time.
Well, I mean,
His friends weren't around him when you filled out this complaint, madam.
Ma'am, she was also drunk, so, I mean, she doesn't even remember me.
Oh, you kicked her car.
I kicked it, yeah, but she tried to run me over.
Yeah, but you kicked it on the side.
He also slammed me on the hood.
I made one dent on that car. I only kicked it one time.
You kicked it once.
One time.
Very good. Because these pictures were taken 2.5 months later, right?
They were. My father took those pictures because I did not have a camera at the time.
Well, that's too bad. 2.5, almost 3 months later, you don't bring pictures in of a car.
Your Honor, I filed the police report later on, like a month later. I was terrified of
A month later?
He promised me he was going to fix my car, and I was waiting for him to fix it. I went over to his house several times.
Just a second, Mr. Brooks.
Yes, ma'am.
I tend to believe the fact that you kicked her car, and I tend to believe the fact that she was drunk.
Yes, ma'am.
I believe you, because otherwise she would have filed this police report the next day if it happened the way she said it happened. She waited a month, something happened, and I don't know, know whether you saw each other socially during that month. Did you or did you not?
Yes, ma'am. About 2 or 3 weeks afterwards, we did.
Where did you go 2 or 3 weeks afterwards?
She always went to my house after that happened.
I have to go to his house because he doesn't have a car.
You mean after this happened, you went to his house?
His roommate lived with him, and I knew if there's other people around, he wouldn't.
Just a second. I don't care whether his roommate was there or not. You're making this up as you're going along, Miss Jimenez.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are, because if you're terrified of somebody, you don't go to their house. That's not what happens. You stay away from them, whether their roommate is there or not.
I was trying to get my car fixed, Your Honor.
Oh, please, give me a break, will you please? Tell me about how you broke her cell phone, sir.
Well, that was at her house whenever I had just got through getting to that confrontation with her roommate. She didn't want to take me home at first, and my clothes were in her car, so I just told her to open her car, and I would walk home. Okay, she didn't want to, so I just grabbed her cell phone and threw it across the parking lot.
And how much did you pay for your cell phone?
She did. She got another one free.
Did you get another one free?
Yes. That's what you told me last week.
My friend bought me another cell phone because I couldn't afford to get another cell phone.
Okay. Now, how much do you think it's going to cost to pull out the dents in this car?
For the particular part that I kicked, $400, because she had showed me the estimate. She went to my house and showed me, and I said I'd pay for that.
Perfect. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $480. $400 for the kick to the car and $80 for the cell phone. Stay away from each other. Stay away from him.
Please excuse you to step out.
And by the way, one more thing. The entire world knows that the two of you now drive drunk. So if you get behind the wheel of a car and kill somebody, it's not an accident anymore. Do we understand each other?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand me? Perfect.
Please excuse you to step out.
My roommate told me that he thought Ronnie was using me.
He didn't have a job, and she was taking him everywhere, and I told her that he was the one that was using her.
Ronnie did use me. He's scum. He's very violent.
No more. That's over.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter, Fernandez versus Holt. Step forward.
18-year-old homemaker April Fernandez is suing her boyfriend's sister, 24-year-old nurse's assistant Sheba Holt, for the return of a security deposit. Sheba says she kept the money because April ran up a $400 phone bill.
Miss Fernandez, I assume this is your boyfriend.
Yes.
Your brother.
Yes.
According to what I read, Miss Fernandez, in your complaint, you had been living with Miss Holt.
Her mother.
And
Correct.
she lived there too?
Yes.
With a boyfriend. And there came a time when you and Miss Holt decided to rent an apartment together. You gave her a deposit, $300.
Yes.
And then you changed your mind.
Yes.
Why did
And so, yes, she was living with me under my roof.
That's fine. She gave you $300. You don't deny she gave you $300.
No, I don't deny that she gave me $300, but I also don't believe that I owe her $300.
Well, that's what you have to explain to me.
Well, I have a phone bill here from when she stayed at my house. I did say that she can stay rent-free until after she had her child. But I didn't say that she can run my phone bill up. And so when I got my phone bill and seen all these collect calls that she accepted from that young man who was in jail, I didn't feel like I needed to pay her $300 due to the fact that mortgage was due. We were all still living in that house.
Okay, I got it. Step. Miss Holt, let me tell you this. Generally speaking, you can't do what you want to do, which is write off the $300. And I understand you gave her $70 back.
Yes, I did because I
Okay,
felt
and you
bad.
acknowledge she gave you $70 back.
Yes, she did.
You can't decide that you're going to hold that for bills unless you had a contract that provided that she was to pay a phone bill.
Why would I need a...
Listen to me. Why? I don't know why. I have no idea why. She was staying at your house with a baby. He's in jail for what?
Anything.
What, me? What, no.
Oh, I was in jail for a probation violation because I didn't show up to court, failure to appear. And so I had a warrant for my arrest, and I got put in jail for 2.5 months. Then I got out, and...
What had you been convicted of?
What have I been convicted of?
That was my question. You have the answer.
Well, I got convicted of what was it again? It was it was grand theft, but that was in 2000.
2000 grand theft. I want to know what you were violated on, sir. What underlying crime were you violated on?
I was violated because I had a dirty pee test because I, smoked weed or whatever.
Oh, God.
So I got in trouble for that, and I had to do 3 months, and I got out, had a baby, and, wanted to get my stuff together and get out of my mom's house.
Sounds like the American dream to me.
Yeah.
Sit down.
Okay.
Miss Holt.
Your Honor.
Miss Holt, listen to me very carefully.
Sure.
You owe her $230. Who are you living with now?
I still live at my same house.
Perfect. With your mother?
Yes.
Now, what about him?
And he comes in and out as he pleases, bringing his little entourage to come live on me.
Do you know why that is?
Why?
Because your mother permits it.
Well, anyhow, I live there, though, and I paid half of the bill.
Am I speaking? When I speak, you don't. Take your hand off your hip. Only attitude here is mine.
That's right.
Your problem is you live with your mother. This is her baby.
No,
No. He's her baby. You're grown up. You work, right?
Yes.
You help pay the bills?
Yes.
You have a responsible job?
Yes.
You've had it for how long?
Forever.
Forever?
Yes.
He will always be her baby because he's never going to grow up. He's never going to be responsible. You have to find your own place because your mother is always going to let him come back into the house. Always going to let him come back with his entourage, and it's always going to irritate you. So if you want to be free of that stress and aggravation, find your own place. Now I'm going to listen to you.
Okay, Judge, I just don't understand why she is suing me when I pulled her out of a situation where her mother, she's pregnant at 18 years old, 17, and her mother's getting ready to send her to jail pregnant, you know what I'm saying?
I don't want you to interrupt us.
And, all these things, and she's putting her out. And I stopped what I was doing when this fool called me from jail saying, "Can you rescue my broad?" So I go get her, bring her to my house, you know what I'm saying? Let her live in my room, rent-free, and this is what this is what I get in return. I get sued for taking care of this youngster.
Miss Holt,
she's wrong. I'm wrong for taking her into my home.
Don't
letting her use me, that's what I'm wrong for.
Miss Holt.
Yes, ma'am.
You are morally correct. You cannot, however, take her $230. Do I think that she's right to sue you after living,
on me for over 6 months?
Do I think so? I think she lacks a certain amount of character.
Yes.
Right? But it looks like for every pot there's a cover. You get it? You get it?
Yes, I do.
Good. I'm glad I gave you a good laugh. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $230. Listen, don't be such a good person anymore.
You're right about that.
And find your own place, because your mother's always going to take him back. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I knew that I was morally right anyway, whether I was going to win or lose today.
She stole from my son and expects to see him. I don't think so.
Now I hardly even get to see him, you know, through all my help and everything.
It can be a possibility if she changes her attitude and changes the way she acts towards me and stop being so.
This video was completely made by AI and also it's made with the help of me. Please like and subscribe this YouTube channel. Don't forget to press the bell icon. This channel is very good channel. Please subscribe and hit the like button also. Comment which part are your favorite part. Don't forget to like and subscribe this video. I also like this dramas episode. I watch every episode, so I made a video on this. So don't forget to like and subscribe this YouTube channel. Once you hit the subscribe button, you will earn a very good reward this day. Please keep subscribing until I complete 1000 subscribers. Don't forget to unsubscribe this channel. Keep hitting the button. YouTube is a very easy game. Being successful on YouTuber is very easy. Just consistency and discipline. If you can't afford discipline, you can't afford being successful. If you want to become successful, you will have to do really big surprises. This video was completely made by AI and also it's made with the help of me. Please like and subscribe this YouTube channel. Don't forget to press the bell icon. This channel is very good channel. Please subscribe and hit the like button also. Comment which part are your favorite part. Don't forget to like and subscribe this video. I also like this dramas episode. I watch every episode, so I made a video on this. So don't forget to like and subscribe this YouTube channel. Once you hit the subscribe button, you will earn a very good reward this day. Please keep subscribing until I complete 1000 subscribers. Don't forget to unsubscribe this channel. Keep hitting the button. YouTube is a very easy game. Being successful on YouTuber is very easy. Just consistency and discipline. If you can't afford discipline, you can't afford being successful. If you want to become successful, you will have to do really big surprises.